Hey everyone, welcome to Mondays with Mary. This is going to get posted a little later than normal because it was such a busy weekend and it was so hot. We had over 100 on Saturday, just teetering on 100 on Sunday, and I was out both days, baseball games. It was brutal. So forgive me for being a little bit late. So most of you should know by now, Mondays with Mary is where we use a random generator to pick a number between 1 and 500. So if you're new, this is your first time watching, the random number generator picks a number, and then I correlate that with the color cubes. And this week we have 119, which is some interesting colors. We've got a hunter green, an olive, a teal, a dark blue, and a clay. And this time I've picked distress oxides. I try to mix it up. And we've been using Concord and Ninth and Altenew. But it's been a while since I've used the distress oxide. So I've got rustic wilderness for hunter green, bundled sage for our olive, peacock feathers for our teal, uncharted mariner for our dark blue, and rusty hinge for our clay color. We're close. And then because of the project I want to do, I'm going to add a little bit of hickory smoke and tumble glass, and you'll see why in a second. So that's our color inspiration. So I am using Honeybee Stamps Lakeside Scene Builder. And there's two parts to this one. We've got this die also embosses. In fact, it only cuts like the outside. And then believe there's 6 stencils to go with it. You can use the stencils by itself without the die. I chose when I bought it to get both of them because all of this gives texture. So I already went ahead and I hope you can see that. There we go, the texture. So see, it only cuts the top here. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. First thing I need to do is I need to snip the die is, I think it was 5.5 by 5.5 that I used 6 by 6. We'll take a little snip here. All right, we're hung up. There we go. All right, so that is the top of our mountains. And then we're going to need an extra piece for our sky, which we'll do. All right, so I think I'm pulling out the Altenew stamp wheel. Usually I use my round. Make sure you can see. spinning thing, but because we have to line up, we'll see. They might change. So let me know in comments what you did this weekend. Hopefully you did something relaxing, maybe fun. I have not used this set before, so all right, so sky and lower tree bank, so that'll be our last one. Upper mountain and lake. They're not numbered, so I guess you can go whatever. Upper mountain and lake. Lower mountain. Tree line background. Tall trees background. Tall trees foreground and riverbank. Wow, so many choices. All right, let's go with the tall trees background. They're, I don't know if you can see it, but their stencils are different than other stencils that I've used. So this is going to be a learning curve for us. Unless, of course, you've used their stencils before. All right, so they have an edge here if you cut your paper, but I wanted all right, so we're good on that side. Not so good on this side. There we go. All right, so let's see if this is going to work the way I was hoping it was going to work. I wanted to put this in the corner. And then I was hoping this would line up. So let's see. All right. Maybe not so much the corner there. Let's move it over just to the bottom here. Everything's a learning curve. All right. Now let's line this up. I got that side. All right. I am going to put some tape down here so it doesn't move. All right. So this says tall trees background. All right. So we're talking just these trees right here. Okay. So let me get our inks out. I'm going to use Rustic Wilderness. I love honeybees layering dies, and I've bought a couple of these scene builders, but this is the first time I've used one, so we will see. How they work out. All right, so let's see what it looks like. All right. All right, so we've got our big trees. We got foreground trees. Well, I guess we might as well do all of our trees while we're at it. And this should line up. There. And there. Let me know in comments if you've used any of their scene builders before. I bought this one, and then I bought a farm one. This one has a little canoe and a paddle. Look at how cute that is. All right, so we're going to use the bundled sage. There. And there. Riverbank. Riverbank's got flower-like things, so I wouldn't. Yeah, it's got little. All right, so we're going to go in with the same color. I'm going to use a different pressure though. And we're going to have to move this out of the way. All right. So far, so good. All right, now what do we got here? Tree line. Maybe I should do the Lower Mountain. So many choices. Upper Mountain and the lake. Lower Mountain. Tree line background. Well, since they aren't numbered, I guess it really doesn't make a difference what order they go in, as long as I know what's going on. We will see though. All right, that looks good. It's funny how, you know, they're so different. Where is our rustic wilderness? I'm not using my regular brushes because you don't want to use your distress inks with your regular brushes that you do use your dye inks. So I have an oddball set for my distress. I guess you could call it oddball. All right, so I'm trying to go in with a heavy hand here. So it makes a difference in the different layers of the trees. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell where the openings are. So that's why I'm running my finger. All right. We got our other green. All right. Lower Mountain. All right, we're gonna do the Upper Mountain, and then that way I can figure out the Lower Mountain. This one is tricky. Because there's a big opening right here where this big tall mountain is, so need to make sure that everything's lined up. I think that's good. All right, so for this one, I'm going to use the Hickory Smoke. with hopefully a very, very light hand. Very. And this is our water, so we need to make sure nothing goes there. All right. Nice and light. I'm tapping off before I come over because I want to make sure it stays light. All right. Now, it wasn't quite lined up down here, so I'm actually going to go in a bit more. Right here. All right, so much for the hickory smoke for now. Where is peacock feathers? All right, before we do peacock feathers, let me check if we have more. Okay, that's the lower mountain. And that's the sky. So this is our only water. So I'm taking the peacock feathers, tapping off. There's some water right there. All right, we're gonna use some of the Uncharted Mariner to add a little. Little depth and a little darker. All right. All right. Let's see where we're at. All right. All right, so now we've got the lower mountain. You gotta concentrate, boy, I tell you. It does get easier as you get more color on. All right, so we've got tree trunks here. And then the lower mountain, but I don't want them to be the same. So I'm gonna get the rusty hinge for these tree trunks. They're a little bright, but we will fix that. All right. I'm going to put a little hickory smoke on top of the rusty hinge to tone it down. There we go. That's better. Excellent. All right. All right, so let's see what we got here. We've got all in here. Okay. So we want to make sure that this one is lined up perfectly, or as perfect as we can get it. Looks good on that side. All right, so I need to go in with a much heavier hand for this layer. Okay, let's see. All right. All right, now this one, goes over here. And we got, I'm going to use the bundled sage with a heavy hand and hope that will work, because what we're doing is just this part right here. All right. All right. Let me wipe this down because we need to use the top section. All right, so I have an extra. All right. All right, that's to put in like the, all right, we're gonna do this. We're just gonna, what is this? Tumble glass. We're gonna do tumble glass for the sky. So this goes behind. And then this goes on top with like little clouds and stuff in it. So then it gets attached to each other and then cut down. So we're in the home stretch. Make sure I got enough, so I'll just go all the way over here. Now the question is, Let me use the Uncharted Mariner, fingers crossed, with a very light hand. Very light. And see what happens. I don't want this guy to be too dark. Tap off. Oh, that's not bad. All right, we're just gonna leave it at that. All right, there we go. And we are done. And I guess we can go, well, let's not guess. If we put the mountain here, all right. All right, I don't, somewhere along the line, I need to find this tree. So this one here. It is this tree. This tree got a little off, and I'm not sure how that happened. But I need to fill it in because it's too, you know, it's never going to be perfect, but that's too much white there. So, and you watch, I'll ruin it. Oh, it is still. So weird. Wow, this is going to be it. Before I mess it up too bad. All right. All right, so now we are going to get rid of this for now. Cover this up before I have an ink disaster. All right, I'm going to put some tape runner. Stick that on there. And then we're going to cut it down. Let's see if we can do it with this one. Next side. And I'm just going to cut it down like this for now, and then decide whether I want it to be let me see. Let's see what size it is right now. All right, it is a 5.5 by 5. So if I make it 4.25. Let's see how much we would take off. Let me put it in this way before it. Make it at 4.5 right now. All right. Oh, you know what we are missing? And all of this needs to be glued down, obviously. So, but we're missing our little canoe. It can go right here. And the little paddle. All right, whoops. Let me bring this sticky back. All right, and I'm going to bring Rusty Hinge back. So it stands out, but first I need to make room because I don't know, we got a lot of mess going here. All right. I just want to make sure it's the right way. Yep, all right. paddle is so tiny. All right. I keep losing tops. All right, there we go. All right, so we've got the canoe, maybe. And the paddle. This paddle needs a little bit more right there. Okay. All right, let me get rid of that. Let me bring this tape runner over. I think I'm just gonna glue this down. Little canoe. Little paddle. And there we have it. I like the way this it's cut right here so it gives movement to the water. All right, so there you go. Not perfect, but not horrible. Using the color parameters that we had. Not bad. So that is it. Let me see. Lakeside Scene Builder, and it's a honeycut die. So it has the whole, this one piece that cuts the top and then embosses the texturing. And then the canoe and the paddle. And then the matching stencils. And like I said, you can use the stencils without the die. I just thought the die, you know, I mean, gives, I don't know if you can tell it, but it gives all the texture and stuff. You can especially see it in the mountaintop, where it would just be all super flat. So, all right, that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're thinking about it, excuse me, you can hit the subscribe button, and then the notification button will send you a notice every time there's a new video to watch. Which is more than just the Monday video. I like to at least try to do one more, sometimes two, depending, a week. So, and then the thumbs up button. If you enjoy a video, it's nice to hit the thumbs up even on the big YouTuber channels, because it lets YouTube know that we're doing something right, and that's how they gauge channels. So, and then the share button is right there too if you need or want to share a video that you've watched with a friend or friends. So, all right, so that's it for this week. Thank you so much. Until next time, stay safe, stay well, stay cool, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.